हमारी किस्मत अच्छी है कि हम आपके जमाने में नहीं, वरना आपके ऊपर तलवार हम सौंत लेते मौला अली के हक में। और आपकी किस्मत अच्छी है कि आप हमसे बच गए, लेकिन अब हम अपनी जुबान तो कम से कम खोलेंगे। उस जमाने में तो हमने तलवार भी उठा लेनी थी। तो अब
a person who says this is an imbecile, that if I was at that time I would take up the sword against Muawiya. Why is such a person a fool? He is a fool because if Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu, his son, the son of Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu went to him and said, join me. And the son of Sayyidina Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu said, I will join you, but I will join you with this sword. He pulled out a wooden sword. What did he mean by pulling out a wooden sword? That I will not kill another Muslim. So Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu left him and left the house. The son of Sayyidina Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu. So the person who says such kind of statements, inciting the crowd, inciting their emotions, should point out that it was such a time of confusion that in those times you did not have Al Jazeera network, you did not have BBC News, that someone would relay the news within a few minutes, or the smartphone. News would reach after days and weeks where people would receive false information. And to ascertain the truth, it would confuse even the greatest of minds. If such were not the case, then why did Aqil bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, Sayyiduna Aqil, the brother of Sayyiduna Ali radiallahu anhu, was on the side of Muawiya radiallahu anhu? So someone should ask this man, do you know better than the brother of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu? Did not Sayyidina Aqil know his own brother, Sayyidina Ali? Or was it what we refer to as a fitna, tribulation that occurred? The answer is that it was a fitna, tribulation, to the point that when Sayyidina Zubayr radiallahu anhu, he met Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu in the battle of Al-Jamal. He's coming from the other side. He meets Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. Sayyidina Ali, karramallahu wajhahu al-kareem, says, O Zubayr, do you not remember when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam informed you that you will fight me and you will be in the wrong, meaning you made a mistake? And Sayyidina Zubayr remembered and he said yes. And he turned his ride around to leave the battlefield. He went to leave the battlefield. If such a Sahabi like Sayyidina Zubayr radiallahu anhu had forgotten that hadith because it occurred while events were happening, then what makes this fool say that if he was in that time he would take his sword out and fight the companions alayhim ridwan? Wal-iyadu billah. Additionally, when Sayyidina Zubayr radiallahu anhu, he leaves, he is martyred. He is martyred. And the person who kills Sayyidina Zubayr radiallahu anhu, he goes back to Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu informing him that he killed him, thinking that Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu would approve of this. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu gives him the tidings of hellfire, telling him that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had informed him that the one who kills Zubayr radiallahu anhu will be a person of the hellfire. Now the person who had killed Sayyidina Zubayr radiallahu anhu was in the army of whom? In the army of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. So would that not confuse people? That you have some of the Khawarij in the army. Likewise, when Sayyidina Ameer bin Yasir radiallahu anhu, he was martyred. Ya Ameer, taqtuluka al-fi'atu al-baghiyah. O Ameer, the rebellious crew will kill you, meaning their judgment was that they committed rebelliousness against Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. The killers of Sayyidina Ameer being from the side of Muawiya radiallahu anhu does not entail that Muawiya radiallahu anhu or Amr radiallahu anhu or all the companions like Sayyidina Aqil and numerous other companions who were with Muawiya radiallahu anhu, that they were guilty of this crime. It entails that their legal judgment was that they are al-fi'atu baghiyah in that time, but later on when Sayyidina al-Imam al-Hasan radiallahu anhu, he makes sulh and he gives the oath of allegiance. If Muawiya radiallahu anhu was guilty of any crimes at that time, Sayyidina Imam al-Hasan radiallahu anhu would have brought that up at that time. Instead they wrote down shurut. One of the conditions was that when Muawiya radiallahu anhu passes away, the Khilafah shall go to the hands of Sayyidina Imam al-Hasan radiallahu anhu. But Sayyidina Imam al-Hasan radiallahu anhu died 10 years later. when he passed away, and the historians mention he was poisoned. Some of them say he was poisoned by one of his wives who was tempted to do so by Yazid. But others deny this. They say the one who carried out the act of poison was never found. Why? Because when Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiallahu anhu was passing away, Sayyidina Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu demanded that the name of the poisoner be given. Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiallahu anhu refused to give the name. He refused to give the name. So they say he passed away without giving the name of the one who poisoned him. Later on, Muawiya radiallahu anhu, he attempted to secure the oath of allegiance for his son, Yazid. And Imam Ibn Hajar al-Haythami says, you can count this as a mistake in his ijtihad, his personal reasoning. This is a mistake in his ijtihad, to secure the oath of allegiance for his son. But the oath of allegiance was never secured. He attempted, but it was never secured. How do we know it was never secured? Because the group known as Ahlul Hal wal Aqd, by whom the oath of allegiance is bound, they never gave the oath of allegiance. Sayyidina Imam Hussein, Sayyidina Abdullah bin Umar, Sayyidina Abdullah bin Zubayr, radiallahu anhum ajma'in, they never gave the oath of allegiance to Yazid. But during that time, in the 20-year rule of Muawiya radiallahu anhu, we look at the Ahlul Bayt, alayhi salam, how, and remember, alayhi salam is committed. Al-Imam al-Nawawi, Yahya bin Sharaf al-Nawawi, you go back and check his book al-Afkar, he says it's makruh tanzih to state salawat and salam upon ghayr al-bid'ah. You cannot say, it's makruh tanzih to say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You must say, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa sallam. But salam alone is permitted. And Ibn Abidin, rahimahullah, has a discussion on this in the Radd al-Muhtar. He quotes Imam Nawawi, rahimahullah. He mentions it's makruh if it has tashabbuh bi ahl al-bid'ah, which is resemblance to the Qibla population, which is the Shia. But a Sunni can never have resemblance to the Shia, because when we say alayhi salam, we are at the same time praising the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So it is permitted. So you look at the Ahlul Bayt during those 20 years and the links that they had with Ameer Muawiya radiallahu anhu, they had good ties. And Ameer Muawiya radiallahu anhu, the fact that he's a companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is a sufficient fadila, sufficient virtue. Therefore, any Muslim should never soil his tongue regarding any companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That some of the Salaf Salihun, they said, those swords, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected us, our swords, from their blood. Allah protected our swords from their blood, from the blood of people. We will not soil our tongues with their flesh. So today, we have one of the Asrar al-Sa'ah, the signs of the end of times, which is one of al-fitan tribulations, that when the tribulations start, subba ashab, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, my companions will be insulted in that time. And whoever has knowledge, فَلْيُظْهِرْ عِلْمَهُ, let him bring out his knowledge. Let him convey the truth with regard to disparaging the companions alayhim ridwan. There is one hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam where he says, Ashabi, 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 meaning addressing people regarding the Sahaba, my companions, my companions, my companions. The words to the effect that if one of you gave the weight of Mount Uhud in gold in the way of Allah, it would not weigh equal to the amount that if a Sahabi gave a handful of soil in the way of Allah.